opportunity that I have. You cannot imagine how many times I have imagined this, how many times I have dreamt it. So I thank God that God has brought it to pass. Lord, I am grateful. I'm going to be very brief. You know, I'm a woman of very few, unlike my husband. So I'll just be very brief. But I cannot but stand in the midst of God's people to give glory unto the Lord. When we were there, we never knew that the world was praying for us. But I personally knew that Antioch was praying for me. I was so convinced that every Sunday, especially prayer Sunday, I will know that indeed prayers are being offered on my behalf and others. So I bless God that honored those prayers. He did honor it. He did honor it. So I'm going to cite just one instance. Apart from seeing the hand of God right from the beginning, the 7th week was the hardest for us all. That was when the troop increased their hair rates. It was so intense and persistent that at a point, the fear of the bandits became secondary. We were just praying that missiles will not be accidentally dropped on us. But God kept us because we were so exposed, only covered with polythene bags and grasses. So amidst that fear, God consoled our hearts. And that week, it started on Monday. They had told us the previous week that the governor said that before Friday the next week, we will be released. So we were calm. But when the hearing started on Tuesday, they become so furious. So towards the end of that week, the commander came, said, "Principal, come." I was already shaking because I know what that could mean. So immediately I got there and said, "See what your government has done. I'm going to kill one of you today." Hey, I just fell down, rolling on the ground. I brought 4 men. There are only 2 remaining. You still want to take another one? I already know that the knowledge of the other 2 will continue to haunt me for a long time. I was just rolling on the ground. And unlike him, he became calm. He became calm. He said they should call me, that when he left our place, that I should come. He said, "Now that the government has been doing this, what do you want us to do?" I said, "What you asked for is beyond any of the victims' family. Just ask for what we can run around for." He said, "Okay, I will send your message." I thought that had gone. Later in the night, we started hearing shovels walking. My men, the 2 of them, were shouting, "Mama, ti lo shovel, amonguro shovel." Money, one shisha kan lowo ni. I was crying as I was saying because we all knew what that meant. They were about to bury another person. So those 2, they were shouting, they were pleading, "Mama, eba won soro." Mama ke, kini mama fe se? But to the glory of God, that night, they just asked us to move because they could no longer stay in that place. The hearing was so intense that if a child wants to ease himself, he will be asked to stay there. And they said, "Mama, principal, tell them we are ready to sacrifice any one of them if they make noise. They cannot kill all of us." How do you tell a 1 year, 3 months baby that do not cry? How do you tell a 2-year-old that you must not ask for food? Those periods, they were not free to prepare food because they were afraid that smoke will rat them out. So we go hungry most of the time. But to the glory of God, we left that camp to the last camp before we were rescued and released. While I was there, apart from praying for God's release, I specifically asked for 2 things. One, I prayed that I will not meet an empty house. I knew how strong my husband's health is. So at a point when they told me that he has closed the line of communication, I said, something has happened to him. He wouldn't have done that on his own. So when we were rescued, I was so persistent that one of the armies had to put a call through to him that I should talk to him. So I knew God answered that prayer. The other thing I specifically asked was my health. The place was so terrible that anything could have happened that place. I just told God, my grave should not be numbered in the forest. And God helped me. We were in a place that when you are shaking with fever, the first question is it malaria you have or fever? And the solution is 2 tablets of paracetamol. At worst, Bosca, or whatever they call that name. That last week on Sunday, because of the stress I had gone through in the 7th week, I broke down. My temperature was on the roof and I was shaking. So I just called one of them, the camp commandant, Oga, can I have 2 tablets of paracetamol? I said, no problem. The woman sitting next to me said, Mommy, this is not paracetamol. I said, God will work with it. I used that paracetamol, and to the glory of God, it was as if I was never having the symptoms of malaria. So God saw us, it was God's hand. The release was miraculous. Nobody, I cannot say this is what happened. And just like that man in Luke who said, Toh, they were asking him, this man is a sinner, this man is this man. I said, I don't know, but what I know, I was blind, but now I can see. I know that I was incarcerated for a period of time, and at the right time, God rescued me and brought me into the midst of my people. So I give glory unto the Lord. I thank God for what He has done. My family cannot thank Him enough. My whole life cannot thank Him enough. But I give glory unto Him. I thank God for this church. 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 We are grateful. We are grateful. We are grateful. We are grateful. We are grateful to everybody. Daddy, the Lord bless you. We are grateful. We are grateful. May the Lord accept our thanks in Jesus' name.
Ẹ wá wo Ọlọ́run wa. Ẹ wá